I did here was more or less just, I'm going to read the follow-up report or the wrap-up report just to keep myself on task. So I will do that. On August 26, 2010, 15 SUNY Ulster full and part-time faculty met for a day-long writing workshop sponsored by Title III mini-grant. The project title, Writing-Based Teaching, a faculty workshop to improve student writing, reflects the problem I wish to address with this project. As outlined in step 3 of the mini-grant proposal, the writing workshop was conducted on-site or on campus by a representative of Bard College's Institute for Writing and Thinking, otherwise known as IWT. Because the workshop format limited the number of participants to 15, I selected a mix of full-time and adjunct instructors from the departments of English and Philosophy, which encompasses foreign languages, philosophy, and college skills, as well as behavioral sciences, which encompass history, human services, psychology, and sociology. No longer human services, but the others are still a part of that. I also selected a tutor from the college's Writing Center. The purpose of this workshop was to provide writing-based techniques and writing-to-learn practices that faculty of all disciplines could integrate into their teaching. The workshop was experiential in that faculty learned about the specific writing practices they might do with their own students by actually doing them, then reflecting on the process. The workshop leader modeled ways to teach writing and to teach through writing. Participants experienced how to sequence a series of writing practices that encourage students to see writing as a process in which they develop, expand, and revise their thinking as well as their writing. He offered a variety of writing prompts and practices from numerous IWT handouts and from writing-based teaching, essential practices and enduring questions, edited by Teresa Velarde, the director of Bard's IWT, and Mary Change, former associate, and that's the book that I meant to bring with me. Each participant was given a copy of the text to keep. The most important element of the workshop was the idea that students become better writers when they have more opportunities to write, in all subjects and in different situations, and to experience how writing affects their thinking, encourages them to notice what they were not noticing in other texts and in their own writing. At the workshop's conclusion, I asked participants to complete an evaluation which included questions about their current practices for teaching writing, insights gained from the workshop, practices from the workshop that they could imagine implementing in their classrooms, especially helpful aspects of the workshop, and effectiveness of the workshop leader. Participants overwhelmingly appreciated the opportunity to share ideas across the curriculum and know more about the personal and professional struggles of colleagues in their teaching. They found other participants' willingness to share what they'd written an important aspect of the day's activities. One participant commented that, quote, actually doing the task makes it easier to ask students to do the same as we see the benefit from it. Another found that, quote, it was useful to be forced to write before we spoke. A nice reminder of the usefulness of writing and encouraging thought. Still another realized, quote, the power of using informal writing to illustrate a concept and to encourage students to think and express themselves on a deeper level. One seasoned instructor said the workshop, quote, reinforced the importance of the, quote, unquote, safe, non-threatening classroom environment, coupled with clear process instruction and a high standard for the final product. While yet another gained insight into, quote, the role of teacher as a coach, not a police person. All said they'd be willing to participate in another workshop from Bard's Institute for Writing and Thinking. The ultimate goal of the workshop, like this, as stated, is to improve student writing. At a minimum, workshop participants learn valuable techniques to get students more engaged with their writing, and how writing helps students to read more closely, develop better questions about what they read, and engage with the text. Now, the only other thing I wanted to add was that I have participated in many writing workshops through BARD, and I find them probably one of the most important part of my professional development. And they have writing across the workshop curriculums in all different subjects, and I'm not promoting BARD per se, but I'm definitely an advocate of their workshops. And the other thing was that the adjuncts who participated in this project received a stipend of $100 because we had to be here on Professional Development Day, but they did not, so I had to entice them, as it were, and that was part of the grant, that they were paid that $100. So that's my presentation. I would be happy to answer questions or